Humans have a great potential to learn, and we have in the past overcome deadly diseases and great challenges. It is in our own interest to save our beautiful planet. Children, when you grow up, you would like to see birds, animals, snow, the autumn leaves, and the cherry blossoms. But this will all be possible only if we start changing our habits and stop the blame game of who did it. Each and every individual should contribute, as we only make the society and the world. Let's see how, as an individual, organization, and as a country, we can fight climate change. As a person, try to think of how you can save power. The first thing suggested is change the bulbs in the house to CFL tubes. They give less heat and more light. For example, a 15-watt CFL gives the same light as a 60-watt bulb. Not only do we save electricity, but also our monthly bill is much lesser. Switch off unnecessary lights. Fans and ACs. Switch on the lights only when it is dark, and do not forget to switch them off when you go to sleep or go out of your house. Use fans for cooling even if you have an AC, as it will cool the room faster. And do not forget that the most comfortable temperature for humans is 25 to 27 degrees centigrade. So keep your ACs at this temperature and not at 18 degrees centigrade. Electrical appliances like refrigerators and ACs should be cleaned regularly of the dust on their coils to improve their cooling efficiency. And do not keep any electrical appliance like computer, TV, DVD player on standby, as it is consuming at least 5 to 10% of the power which could have been saved. These are only some suggestions. Try thinking of other ways to save power, as lesser demand would mean lesser load on the power station and lesser greenhouse gas emissions. How we move about should be our second area of focus. Try to use your car sparingly and use public transport more often. Cycling to school or taking school bus is better than taking an auto or your car. For traveling outstation on holidays, try taking rail journey instead of traveling by air. It is more enjoyable and fun and less greenhouse gases. When driving with your family, switch off the engine on red light. This will save more than 20% on the fuel. Buy a fuel efficient car and keep it well serviced. Get the pollution checked regularly. How we buy goods for consumption and handle our garbage can affect the climate change. With rising incomes, families are buying more than they require. Buy what you need and not what you want. For example, on every sale in the market, we all generally go deal hunting and buy clothes, shoes, furniture, etc., things which we actually do not even require. All this is consuming raw materials and energy for manufacturing, and after a few years, all the stuff that you've bought gets dumped at the landfill for disposal. Similarly, the other household waste like food items, paper and glass are also filling up the landfills and producing greenhouse gas methane. We can help by proper recycling of the waste, as more than 50% of our domestic waste is leaves, vegetables, fruits, cooked food and tea leaves, etc. We can easily compost it and turn it into manure for garden. Paper, glass, metal and clothes can be sold to the kabariwalas for recycling. Another significant way of recycling or reducing climate emission is by buying vegetables and fruits produced locally. This helps, as imported food has to travel large distances by air, sea and road to reach us, leading to emissions. In many cases, cold chain has to be established for keeping them fresh, leading to high energy consumption. So try to buy local and in-season fruits and vegetables. Finally, each individual should plant at least 2 trees every year so that they can remove the carbon dioxide from air. Any illegal cutting of trees should be brought to the notice of the authorities without fear.